Today we're going to be reacting to a story called I Got Stuck Inside My Crush's Locker and I Saw Everything. So this is by My Story Animated, so I will have the original in the description down below, but I thought this was interesting, so let's go ahead and check it out.
Hello, I'm Sam.
Hi,
and
Sam.
I will share with you a creepy story that happened to me.
Okay.
So, I'm a 17 years old high school student, and I have a crush on a guy called Ben.
Oh,
He
snap.
doesn't know it yet, but I'm planning on telling him soon. Ben and I share most of our classes. Well, honestly, I joined the classes that he did just so that I get closer to him.
Wait, what? That's kind of creepy. First of all, I don't think you could choose your classes in high school. Can you nowadays? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I know we chose like our elective.
I think Ben thought I'm weird because I ended up in all of his classes.
Yeah.
Today at school, I bumped into him.
Oh.
He made a disgusted face and walked away.
Oh no.
I knew it would be hard to confess straight to his face.
Yeah, you know, if he's gonna look at you like he's mad and angry, I don't think that's a good sign. Probably means he doesn't like you, just saying.
I
just
knew
a
it would be
hunch.
hard to confess straight to his face. So, I had to write him a letter instead.
Okay,
I prepared a
she's writing
pink
a
letter covered with red hearts.
Oh,
I
snap.
expressed all my feelings to him in it. Next morning, when I came to school, and I went to Ben's seat and left the letter in his backpack.
That's
As
creepy.
I walked out, the whole school was talking about how Ben and Stacy started dating.
Oh no.
My heart was shattered.
How embarrassing is that? She just left him a love letter and then immediately after.
Oh, by the way, I have a girlfriend.
I hope she doesn't become like Yandere.
Bathroom and just sat there and cried my eyes out.
Oh.
Then I washed my face and dried it with toilet paper on my way out.
Wait, toilet paper? Did you not have any paper towels?
Friends coming towards the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
Then I heard someone saying, "Did you see Sam? She's totally into you. She burst into tears when she saw you with Stacy."
Oh my god.
What did I just hear? Are they laughing at me?
Embarrassing.
I had to follow them, but they went
Wait,
into the shower
why is she
room.
following them?
I still had to hear everything they said about me.
Why?
Curiosity kills me.
No, if people are talking about you, it's best to just ignore it. They're not worth your time.
I tried to listen through the door, but it wasn't clear enough, so
Why
I
are
had
you-
to walk in.
Oh my
I
god.
snuck in quietly while
Why?
the boys were showering.
Gosh.
I approached Ben's locker just
Why?
to see what he keeps there.
Why?
I saw his name on the locker, so I opened it, and I
gosh.
heard the water turn off. And the
Uh-oh.
boys were coming towards the lockers. I freaked out. So
Oh
I
my-
hopped in the locker hoping
Oh.
that Ben won't open it.
What do you mean?
Hoping he will open it.
Obviously, he's gonna open it. He needs to get his clothes. Oh my gosh,
So I
this
hopped
girl.
in the locker hoping that Ben won't open it. And there he was, standing like a model in a white towel, drying
Oh,
his hair with
snap.
another towel. I melted. I have to admit, even though he laughed at me, my heart was racing, but I'm not sure if it was because I'm in his locker and about to get caught,
Yeah, probably.
or because he is so damn handsome.
I mean, he looks just like the other guys. I'm just saying, they kind of all look the same.
All the boys started opening their lockers, so I planned to act like I fainted in the locker.
Oh my.
But my eyes couldn't let go of Ben as I saw him
Oh.
opening a locker in front of the one in which I was,
Wait.
which also said Ben. OMG. Am I that stupid to forget that my brother's name is also Ben?
What? She loves somebody that has the exact same name as her brother, but she conveniently forgot about that? What do you mean you forgot? This girl.
Am I that stupid to
girl.
forget that my brother's name is also Ben? I was so blinded by Ben that I hopped into my own brother's locker. I hate myself. I even sniffed his underwear.
Ew!
What is wrong with me?
Ew!
Ew! I got sick and wanted to throw up, but
Oh, gosh.
holding it in just made it all worse. The boys finished dressing up and left the shower room. I jumped out right away to breathe some fresh
Oh my
air
gosh, this
and
girl.
tried to walk out, but the shower room was locked.
What?
I decided to go through Ben's stuff and wait for
What?
someone to come open the door. What excuse
This
do I
girl.
have for being in the boys' shower room? Well, at least I had Ben's stuff there to explore. I opened his locker, found his t-shirt, and felt so happy. Indifferent to the fact that I was locked up in there.
Why?
Anyway, I found a cute album, so I decided to open it. And I couldn't believe what I saw.
Uh-oh.
I dropped the album
Oh my gosh.
and just stood there shaking.
Whoa, her legs are gigantic. She got legs for days.
I picked it up again to see if what
What's
I
it-
saw was correct.
What is
and
it?
there were my pictures.
What? He's got pictures of her sleeping? That's creepy. He's a stalker. Oh
of
my
me
gosh.
eating.
Wait, eating?
Pictures of me going to bed. Pictures
What?
of me changing clothes. Was he stalking
that's
me?
creepy.
Ben is a stalker? Is it really Ben? I can't believe
my
this.
gosh. What?
I even couldn't feel love to him anymore. I felt
Ew.
creeped out. The sun went down and the shower room started to get cold, and I was all alone with no backpack and no phone, stuck in that
Did you not knock on the door like,
Help, I'm trapped in here, hello?
cold place with that horrible fact. I just waited for my brother to notice that I'm not home and decided to take a nap
do you not have a cell phone? Where is any of your belongings? I would always have my phone on me at all times in case of emergencies like this.
to kill time. Then I heard some noises outside. I waited for the sound to get louder so I can call for help, but maybe it was just the wind. I kept trying to sleep. Then I heard someone getting closer to the door, so I started screaming for help.
Help me, help me!
And suddenly, in that silence, someone started breaking the door.
Oh my gosh.
I yelled, "Coach, is that you?" But to no avail. I
That
started
big
to
mouth.
feel a bit scared as I heard someone breaking the door. Once the door was open, I saw Ben
Uh-oh.
standing there, and he said, "Finally, you're all mine now,"
What?
with a grin on his face. He
Oh
must have
my
noticed
gosh.
that I'm not in my bedroom to stalk me, so he came searching for me.
What?
Or was he stalking me from the very beginning?
Oh
I don't
my
know
gosh.
anymore. But what do I do now? I
This
hit
is
him with the album
my gosh.
and ran down the hallway.
finally the first smart thing she did all day.
And ran down the hallway as he started chasing me.
Please.
But all the school doors were locked.
They're all locked.
I started
Oh my
panicking.
gosh.
I couldn't breathe or focus properly. I just wanted to escape. I
Oh my
ran
gosh.
and ran.
This is
But
intense.
he ended up catching me. I started
What?
begging him, "Please, let me go.
Why is
I
she
promise
smiling?
I won't tell anyone." I cried and fought for my
Oh my
life.
gosh.
Kicked him somehow, and ran away. I kept running in circles.
Oh my
Sooner
gosh.
or
And he's
later,
running
someone
after.
must appear. I
Oh
started
my
to
gosh.
feel tired and realized
Oh no.
he'll get tired soon too. So I can't give
mean,
up
maybe.
now. I tried to hide somewhere to get some energy. I was so tired and hungry. And suddenly, I felt him pulling me by my hair from behind. It was
Oh
getting
my
darker,
gosh.
and I couldn't see much. He dragged me into his car
What?
and put me in the front seat. He pointed a gun at me,
Oh my gosh.
threatening me that if I move, he'll shoot me. I was so scared, I couldn't move either way. He took me to some cabin in the woods
Oh.
and tied me to a chair. He said that he loved me.
If he loved you, he would not have done all of this. He would have just said,
Oh, hey, you know that love letter you gave me? Yeah, I love you too.
this is like insane.
And that he will take care of me forever, and that all I had to do is stay in that cabin. He
Why?
is sick.
Yes.
How didn't I notice earlier? How can it be that the sweet guy I had a crush on is an obsessed psychopath?
Oh my gosh.
He gave me everything: clothes, food, and forced hugs. But
Ew.
it still didn't feel right.
No.
Day by day, he woke up, handcuffed me, and went to school.
What?
And when he came back, he unlocked me, fed me, and took good care of me. He brought our homework to me and taught me everything they learned at school.
Are her parents not concerned that she's not coming home? The principal is not concerned. Like, you have to actually attend school. You know, they have attendance.
He me to keep my mind updated. He bought me lots of gifts, day by day. Roses, candies, makeup,
like, why?
nail polishes, etc.
I mean, this is all fine and dandy, but why don't you just do this and be normal? I don't know what is wrong with this guy that he has to take full control of somebody else's whole being. And this is why you should never go into the boys' locker room if you're a girl.
He let me use his iPad only when he's watching. And while I was scrolling down on Facebook,
Yeah, this
I
is
saw
like
a post with my
just a power
picture
move.
that said missing. He took the
Oh my-
iPad and said, "That's enough for today." He gave me a kiss on my forehead.
Okay, so her parents are concerned. Does she not have a phone? Like, literally everybody in school has a phone on them. You know, even if you turned it off, she could have turned it back on and been like,
Hey, brother, like, I'm in the boys' locker room. Can you come get me?
you know, technology
Off the
nowadays.
lights
And you don't have a
handcuffed
phone?
me again, just like
Oh
he had
my
always
gosh.
done. I laid my head on the pillow and started crying.
All of this could
He
have been
lied
solved
next
if
to
she
me
had
and
her phone
said,
on her.
"It will be okay. I promise." At night, I heard a car driving, but for some reason, it didn't even alert me.
Oh no.
When he left in the morning,
That could have been her
Ben forgot to
salvation.
handcuff me, but I didn't want to run.
What?
I didn't want to go back home.
Why?
And school. I just wanted to stay with Ben.
Why?
I felt warm with him.
Oh my.
I cleaned up
This
the
girl-
cabin and prepared food and took a shower.
Oh my gosh,
and waited
this
for
girl.
Ben to come. When he came back to a cooking smell, he looked shocked. I ran to him and gave him a hug and said, "You're finally home." He didn't say anything and just silently started eating. After he'd eaten, I gave him some clean clothes and told him to take a shower so I could massage his back later. He did as I said without saying a word.
Oh.
So this is interesting. So he liked it when she did not want to be in that situation and he took full control of everything she was doing. But now that she actually likes it and she is okay with it, he can't control her anymore. So now he doesn't like it. Okay, so this is like some reverse psychology kind of thing.
He came out from the bathroom in his clean pajamas that I gave him and sat next to me on the couch.
He's like so dead
I patted
inside.
his head and asked him if he'd like to drink something sweet, and he shook his head no, and just stared at me the whole time. I asked him, "Aren't your parents angry that you didn't sleep at home for days?" He replied, "My parents are alcoholics." I started telling him what a great person he is, and how I had a crush on him, and
Why?
probably still do. He said, "But how? I kidnapped you."
Yeah, for real.
I know it is weird, but I was happy he did.
Why?
The next day, he left earlier, and at the evening, he didn't come back home. I got worried.
Huh.
What if something happened to him on the way home?
Do you not think maybe your parents are like,
Oh.
what if something happened to my daughter that has not been home for days?
I spent the night all alone in the woods
Why?
and waited for Ben to come back.
She could have left
but he
at any
didn't.
moment.
I decided to wait one more night, but he still didn't appear. I finally dressed up
Thank
and
you.
got out from the cabin and started walking
Oh
towards
my
the lights of
gosh.
the street. Confused as I was never there before, I questioned everything around me. He kidnapped me.
Yeah.
Isn't he happy that I'm fine with that?
No.
I walked and walked on the empty streets, and a man in a car then
Finally.
stopped, saying, "It's the missing girl! It's the missing girl!" They called the cops, and the cops took me to the police
Why
station.
is she so sad about
And
this?
they
She's
asked
getting
me where I've
saved.
been all these days, and I didn't know what to answer. So I just remained silent.
Why?
I didn't want to hurt the guy I love, but
He definitely doesn't love you. He kidnapped you. What is wrong with this girl?
what's my excuse then? My parents were the nicest people to me. I can't get them in trouble as well.
No kidding.
I didn't say a word to
Didn't
not
get
hurt
my bowels.
anyone, so they called my parents, and my parents took me home.
Oh,
They
thank
treated
God.
me better than ever.
Why? If that was my parents, they would have like, what is wrong with you?
And my brother became nicer than ever with me.
This is
They
weird.
took me to a psychologist, and I felt that it would be right to share it with him.
Thank
A week
you.
later, I started going to school again, and I finally saw Ben again. He tried to
Uh-oh.
ignore me, but
Oh.
I went after him. He turned around and said, "Sam, I'm sorry for everything. I was using you, and I got out of my mind. I can't hurt you anymore. I will turn myself in. I promise.
Thank you. Finally. The first good thing he's done all this time.
Please, don't become crazy because of me."
How
Crazy?
could she not?
Because of him? I went to my psychologist.
Did she finally realize like she's turning crazy?
I went to my psychologist that day and told him what Ben said, and he told me that he is right and that I have developed a syndrome which is called Stockholm Syndrome. And
What?
it happens when someone goes through an abusive trauma, and that apparently has happened to me. I couldn't believe it. So now I'm the sick one? Ben did turn himself in,
Thank you.
and I was getting mental treatment at the hospital. He got his
Oh my
punishment for dealing
gosh.
with drugs and for kidnapping me. I'm slowly going back to my old routine, but it's not
Wow.
easy. What do you think of my story?
I think you're stupid. All of that because she wanted to know why they didn't like her. They were making fun of her. You know what? It's best to not, find out what the haters are saying. If they're being mean, they want to talk smack, just let them do that. That's none of your concern. They're talking about you. So, I mean,
Okay, like...
I just think this is a little crazy. I mean, I think this whole situation could have been resolved if she just didn't, be nosy, and maybe she had her phone on her at all times. Like, you should always have some sort of like device or something to contact the outside emergency services in case something, happens. Crazy things could happen at any time. So it's always best to be prepared, but thankfully she got some help. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy story by My Story Animated. So I will have the original in the description down below. Let me know if you would like for me to react to other stories like this. If you would, let me know what other stories I should react to in the comments down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like. And if you're new, subscribe to become a mermaid or mermam. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.